Hey there, my name is Matt Borland from Taqtile. Today I'm here at the Supermicro booth demonstrating what it is Taqtile can do, especially paired with Supermicro's hardware. So you can actually see through my eyes and see what I'm seeing here. This is the manifest solution, and what we're getting right now is a step-by-step instruction for how to operate this robotic arm. So here I'm on step number 3. I can press the record button, then press the RAM. Super easy. So this is what a manifest work instruction looks like, and this is how a undertrained worker might be able to produce error-free results and really complete work with the proficiency of a subject matter expert. So here I can flip through my instruction, getting all the photos, the videos, the step-by-step guidance as I need it, even getting remote expert assistance.
So explain how it's working in terms of like where is information going, you know, and how does it work with the server? And we heard a little bit more about how it works in the field. What are some of the kind of key components of a solution like this?
Manifest has flexible deployments. What that means is we can run really wherever it makes sense. That can either be on as simple as a cloud deployment. It can also be either on-premise or even at the edge, which is where Supermicro's hardware comes into play. Key features of Manifest is really augmented reality step-by-step work instruction. That's around training, inspections, troubleshooting, maintenance, repair, any step-by-step process you might do. You also have remote expert assistance when you run into an issue and you need some help from a subject matter expert, maybe back at the office, at home, wherever they may be.
Mm-hmm. And is this any particular type of industry that this makes sense in? I mean, there's obviously field work, so a lot of kind of telecom and pole work, but also it seems like would work on manufacturing on the floor and all these different areas.
So really this is for the deskless workers of the world, that 80% of the global workforce that goes to work every day and works with their hands. This is for people who operate, repair, maintain complex equipment. Right now we do a lot of work in the manufacturing sector, a lot of field service, energy, utilities, and of course the Department of Defense.
And is it just a visual thing, or is there an audio component or tactile component, or?
Yeah, so a lot of what we're doing is visual based. Of course, you have audio when you're either interfacing with a subject matter expert, watching a video. All of that can be captured as well. So when I'm going through a job, I can capture evidence of critical information, maybe capture a photo of a broken part that needs to be replaced, even interfacing with integrated systems of record. So if I want to capture an inspection and push that to my ERP, that can easily be completed. Same with photos, videos, IoT data.
So you could have somebody, when you say, you're talking to an expert or something, you could have somebody in a command center, you're in the field, they could talk you through a certain kind of setup. Explain that scenario. How would that work?
That scenario is, let's pretend that I'm a rookie field service worker. I go out to a 5G tower and I need to do a basic repair or a part install on this. I use Manifest for my whole tool set for that. I grab a HoloLens or an iPad. I have my step-by-step instruction in my field of view. I also have access to remote subject matter experts when needed. So maybe I'll say, hey, my instruction says I'm supposed to turn this bolt, but I don't know where that is. There's 10 bolts in front of me. Which one do I turn? The subject matter expert can then see right through my front-facing camera, see through my eyes, and even interact with my environment. So they can do things like see where my eyes are looking. They can see that I'm looking at the wrong one and say, no, this is the button you need to push, the bolt you need to turn.
So it's like a Mission Impossible thing, right? Cut the green wire or cut the red wire type of thing? Okay, all right. And is that your own unit, or can it work with any kind of headset unit?
This one right here is the Microsoft HoloLens 2. This is a really great head-mounted device, augmented reality capable device, but Taqtile is totally device agnostic. So we also work with Magic Leap devices, RealWear heads-up displays, even iPads and Android Android tablets.
So you're watching me, and I can see myself on the screen
Yep.
and stuff. All right, great. And then do you have to have APIs that kind of link with different types of headsets, or is it pretty kind of plug and play type of situation?
No, it's totally plug and play. Go into whatever app store you have, download the Manifest application, and start working.
All right, great. And can consumers kind of do that? I mean, if I have a headset like that at home, can I download the app and play around with it?
You absolutely can.
Okay. All right, great. Well, we should try to get people to do that. Do you guys need a lot of bandwidth for this, or is it?
No, not for what we show. I mean, if we're bringing in huge 3D models or something like that, then yeah. Or if you're doing a remote connect in a remote area, we need some bandwidth. But for what we're doing, typical work, not really.
So what happens is this is all processed on the server. Can you explain the kind of the technology behind it?
Yeah, it's processed on the server or in our cloud. So we offer an on-premise version. We also offer a cloud version. So it's either processed on the server in our cloud or locally with Supermicro, maybe even at the edge. So that's really how it's all processed, and a lot of the rendering itself for the 3D images or any kind of remote connect, that's also going to be processed at the edge too.
And is it mostly processor intensive or I/O or both, or?
I mean, for the most
take
part, the only
advantage?
thing that's processor or I/O intensive would be when you get into remote connect and multiple users and a lot of streaming video. So if you get into a lot of video or intense content, if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you're trying to stream all that information in, then yes, you're going to use a lot of like processing power. But outside of that, you don't really need a whole lot of processing power. You can actually run it on the laptop if you're just inside. But some of our bigger customers, they want to be working out in the field. They need to be able to deploy this at the edge. And when you deploy it at the edge, you're going to have some processing power at the edge to be able to pull up this or make that connection and stream that video.
So what kind of things does Supermicro do from an infrastructure perspective that allows you to kind of do the processing in the right place? Is there something unique about the hardware, or have you guys optimized on the platform?
We haven't optimized on the platform yet. I mean, we work with a lot of different partners. It's newer technology. So, we work with a lot of edge, partners, and being able to deploy that at the edge at high speed with, good processing power. Our customers absolutely require that, especially if you're talking about Department of Defense. A lot of our clients, Department of Defense, even in the commercial field services space, absolutely need that processing power at the edge, and if you don't have that, you're not going to have a good experience.
Great, thanks.
Bear with me.
This must be mime technology. You look more like a mime than anything else. Are you in a box?
That's usually what people, why are you punching in the air?
That's right.
A remote assister, someone who's on the other side of the country, and you wanted to, see and help this individual, you're seeing things through his eyes. So when you see that screen, you're seeing it through his eyes, and that could be anywhere in the world that you have that connection.
Okay.
And sometimes on these floors, for the trade shows, the connection's not great.
Yeah,
so making that remote, because we're still having to go up to our server and come back down.
And come back down, right,
So
right.
we're not running it locally.
Right.
Now, if we had everything running locally on a Supermicro server, then you wouldn't have that.
You wouldn't have the lag. Right, right.
Let's give you some more shots here.
Okay. So it's recording me as well. I see myself a lot.
So this is what's shown on the TV is just the out of my front.
So you're
facing
seeing
camera.
me, and that's why I'm seeing myself. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
All right.
Get some B-roll here.
Okay.
I I don't know how we can make this look more exciting. Kind of botched my script there.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We'll fix it in post. Look at that. I think you got it fun. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Good luck at the show.
I'm currently a tower climber with Learning Alliance. I thought that they were just going to teach us how to climb. I definitely wasn't expecting augmented reality.
Taqtile's Manifest platform is all about enabling and transforming frontline workers. We have some key partners such as Intel and Supermicro that are very important to the overall ecosystem, particularly in the areas of edge compute and 5G.
Manifest is an augmented reality platform. In order for that to work, it's got to have a system to run on. That's Supermicro's server platforms, whether it's cloud or edge or anything in between. Supermicro is in the IT solutions business. We've got a rich DNA of building hardware, but we've evolved from motherboards to full systems that include software, solutions integration, and building complete racks out the gate. As we go to 5G, it's going to require us to move the compute capability closer to the edge or the user. You need to have compute and resources closer to where you are, otherwise all those ones and zeros have to traverse an extremely long distance, and that destroys the experience.
When you're picking up a piece of an antenna mount and you read that manual right next to it, it makes that learning process more streamlined.
If you just look at all of the advances that Intel has given us in their processing capability, best evidenced by this third generation Intel Xeon Scalable processor, and then you tie that together with advanced applications such as augmented reality, where you can kind of become an expert on something you've never done before on your first try, that's really impactful.
All right, let's climb. There's not a single tower that I've climbed in my career that is exactly the same. Each one brings new hazards to overcome.
I've actually climbed a communications tower. I was only brave enough to go to 50 feet. These guys are going 200-300 feet in the air. The world today, we have a workforce that needs continuous retraining. People that don't have technical backgrounds that want to do a technology-based job. This can lift people up in our economy. This is going to be revolutionary, and it's happening right now.
Hey Nick, how's the view up there?
It's beautiful today.
I definitely think that this technology is going to become an integral part of the trade industry. I'm going to have to continue learning myself, of course.
I think I can see my house from here.